Thanks for joining us. We begin the bulletin on a sad note because a 13-year-old boy has been burned to death in a fire which destroyed a number of shops at Asafo Friday morning in Kumasi. Emmanuel Akrugu was unable to leave the room as the fire gutted the wooden structure in which he slept. Residents watched helplessly as he was consumed by the inferno. About 7 shops in the vehicle workshop enclave were reduced to rubble. Nana Aljima has more in the following report.
Tears flow as residents watch police carry the remains of the deceased in a body bag. Eyewitnesses say mother of the deceased was on a routine morning exercise when the fire started.
We all came out to meet the place on fire. One of the people staying here had tried salvaging his property. We told him to stop for us to seek for some help.
The boy and his parents have been staying in this wooden structure close to the mechanic shop at Asafo. Emmanuel was sleeping when the fire started at dawn. He was trapped and screaming for help, according to eyewitnesses. They believe an early response by the fire service could have saved his life.
We heard the boy shout as the fire kept on, but we could not help. Access to the room was all blocked.
We kept calling the fire service, but they wouldn't come. The worst had happened at the time they got here. We tried asking them why they've taken so much time. One of them told us they were not the cause of the fire, so we can't ask them such questions. We saw everything happen. The fire service called us back to confirm. They thought it was a prank. How can we prank them with such an issue? 7 shops valued at thousands of cedis were ravaged by the fire. Thomas Ajeman is a shop owner.
I think I had some new goods, that new stock. That was 2 days ago. So that one was 30,000. And this place too is almost 20,000. Yeah.
Nana Aljima reporting.
May his soul rest in peace. Away from that issue, the confusion as the University of Education campus is getting murkier by the day. Joy News can report that the campuses remain closed to students following our visit to the university this morning. Security on campus is tight. Here's what we've gathered this morning from campus.
It's a few minutes past midday on the University of Education campus here at Winneba, and the campus can best be described as a ghost town, like a cemetery, because all activities have come to a halt. All businesses, not only academic activities, but all businesses have come to a halt. The directive issued by the Regional Security Council has been carried out, and the policemen are here in their numbers. If you look behind me, there are over a dozen of the police vehicles around. We have water cannons and we have their patrol vehicles that have been patrolling the 3 campuses of the university. We are told by the registrar of this university that this directive affects the Jumako campus and the 3 campuses at the Winneba, at Winneba, the North Campus, the Central Campus, and then the South Campus. We will be going around to see how the campus looks like now after the next day or the following day after the directive has been given. Yesterday we were here when the student complained that some of them did not even hear the directive that was issued by the Regional Security Council. They were stranded, they didn't know where to sleep. Others came from the Volta region, Takrade, and then others came from the northern and Kumasi, and they didn't know simply what to do. And this was after a counter directive had also been issued by the MP for Efutu, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, who was urging the students to come back to school. But they came back in the morning and they were told by the security people on campus that, the directive hasn't changed, and we have a confirmation from the registrar of the university that the directive is still in force. Let's go around campus to find out how the situation is on campus. All activities are at a standstill as we witnessed a while ago touring the university campus. Yesterday there were stones that were used in the process. You remember that a policeman got injured and so had to be rushed to the trauma and especially hospital. They couldn't treat him, and so had to be referred to a bigger facility at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, where we are told that a surgery was done on his eye. We also remember that a pregnant woman also fell in the process and was unconscious and had to be rushed to the hospital. But they are all doing fine according to the Regional Police Command. Behind me is the Anamwa Mensa Conference Hall, and you can see that all activities have come to a close. Nothing is happening on campus. We see some of the workers here who cleaned the place this morning. They are loitering about. They don't know what to do. But at the moment, I can tell you for a fact that all the students have left campus, and the police patrol team is continuing their patrol on all the 3 campuses at Winneba. From the University of Education, Winneba, my name is Richard Kwejo for Joy News.
And I'm Daniel Dazi back in the studio. Now, we know that the 2 campuses in the central region have been closed down. The registrar, Polose Berima, has urged students to disregard any counter-directive on the closure of the university circulating on social media. He has urged students to cooperate with the police and stay away from the 2 campuses. Last night, Member of Parliament for the area, Alexander Apenyomakin, in a Facebook post announced that the RegSec had ordered the reopening of the university, urging students to remain in their halls of residence. That post is now on your screen. But Mr. Berima says the earlier directive from RegSec is still in force.
As far as management is concerned, the university remains shut down on the instruction of the chairman of Regional Security Council in the person of his the Honorable Minister for the region, Honorable Kwamina Duncan.
Were you surprised when there was a counter directive from the MP for the area?
I would be very much surprised because MP cannot give counter instructions, should not give counter instructions. This is seriously a security issue. And we are within the region. And in the region, we have the Regional Security Council. And the Regional Security Council is presided over by the regional minister. It is only the regional minister who receives reports of security situation in the region. So coming from the regional minister, the chair of the Regional Security Council, I don't expect, and it should be the least, to come from an MP if he says that the school has not been closed down. In fact, the school has been closed down. The regional police commander spoke with me and said that they are doing everything possible to maintain the order given by the Regional Security Council. And as at yesterday, the police were able to flush out all students from campus. And as we speak, when you go to our house of residence, the students are not there, but life is going on normally. Everything is in order. There's peaceful environment for us.
So how did we get here? Here's a chronology of events leading to the protests recorded this week. So away from the UEW crisis, the National Communications Officer of the National Democratic Congress, Sammy Gyamfi, says his party is disappointed in President Akufo-Addo's decision to use legislation to disband party militias. President Akufo-Addo, in a response to the NDC Thursday, revealed that he has tasked the Attorney General to prepare legislation against vigilantism in Ghana. But speaking on News Desk with Bernice Abube Dulansa in reaction to President Akufo-Addo's latest letter, Mr. Sammy Gyamfi said his party does not think the president is genuinely committed to the cause to end vigilantism in the country.
The president's latest response to our chairman's letter is unfortunate, but an unsurprising dereliction.
What about it is unfortunate?
It's unfortunate because we expected the president to show a little more commitment to the issue of disbanding political vigilante groups in the country. And so far, we haven't seen any such indication from the president.
You think the president saying that he has directed the Attorney General, without prejudice to the outcome of your engagement, if any will happen, to prepare and submit to Parliament as soon as possible specific legislation to deal with the phenomenon, is not enough commitment?
Not at all. You see, we in the NDC welcome any efforts, any genuine efforts aimed at ending this culture of political violence. And to that extent, we welcome any efforts aimed at introducing legislation to combat vigilantism. But my sister, the point has to be made clear that as a nation, we already have enough laws in our criminal statutes that deals with the issue of political vigilantism. Political vigilantism is not legal in Ghana as we speak. It is illegal. And that is because we have enough provisions in our Criminal Offences Act of 1960, Act 29, that deals with the phenomenon. If you look at Section 198 all the way to Section 208 of Act 29, it criminalizes acts like rioting, provocation of rioting, the formation of organized criminal groups and their activities. And so there is no doubt that already as a country, we have enough laws that deals with the problem of vigilantism. What is therefore needed, is not new legislation, but the enforcement of already existent legislation. And that is what has been lacking in this country. You see, the solution to the problem of political vigilantism doesn't lie in the passage of new laws, because you can pass all the laws you want. It still comes to enforcement. Without enforcement, the laws on their own cannot achieve much. That is what has been lacking, because government and all of us over the years have not given the police and our security services the independence and the free hand to do their work.
Meanwhile, the NDC says it has taken steps to investigate the case of Joseph Yamin's utterances in relation to disbanding party militias. Speaking to an Accra-based radio station, Mr. Yamin was quoted to have associated with the Hawks, saying it is not a vigilante group to be disbanded. Mr. Gyamfi has indicated beyond disassociating itself from the statement, the NDC is investigating the matter.
Yesterday he was invited to the national headquarters. He met a committee of the Functional Executive Committee of the party. He had the opportunity to clarify the issue. His position is that he never uttered those words and that publication was a false publication. But the party indicated that we do not subscribe to that position at all. And so it was necessary for him to issue a statement apologizing for comments that he has made.
We are yet to see that statement.
No, he has issued a statement.
Okay. There are other people within your party. I can talk about the Ashanti Regional Chair of your party, who at the time the unfortunate incident happened at your regional head office came to say, we aren't disbanding any of these groups. There are people within your party who feel that way. What are you doing? What are you doing as a party to make sure that the position of the head or the executive trickles down to the people who are actually representing you on the ground? And
first of all, let me state that No regional chairman of our party has made those comments, none that I'm aware of.
Really?
The one that we are aware of is the publication which was attributed to.
Well, we aired it here on Joy News. We aired it here on Joy News. You know, we followed that story keenly.
The party has categorically stated its position. It doesn't matter who makes a contrary position. I am speaking as the National Communications Officer of the party. The national chairman has also spoken.
But they're likely to fight your initiative because they do not believe. So my question to you, Mr. Jemfi, as the communication...
That is why yesterday Joseph Yamin was invited to the national head, and that is why this is the statement I spoke about. If I can read the statement with you.
We'll bring that to our viewers
I can
later.
share that with you later.
Yeah, sure, I would appreciate that for you.
But if you read the statement, you will see that clearly he is speaking in tandem with the party. He's supporting the position of the party that we do not need political vigilante groups.
Finally,
we do not recognize them. Samia Uku and Nana Boachi of the NPP are going around. They are deceiving you that we are going around disbanding our groups, when actually they are going around formalizing these groups.
Do you have any evidence to that?
He has spoken to the media.
That he's formalizing the groups?
That he's registering them.
I had him here.
That they are registering them
yesterday.
And he said they are disbanding them.
He never said that. He said they went there, they met the people, explaining to them
Google what I'm telling you right now. Samia Oku says that they are currently registering all MPP vigilante groups for purposes of streamlining their activities. That is what they are doing currently. Let them do what we have. We have openly reprimanded Yamin. We have called him to the party headquarters. He has issued a statement apologizing to the public and the party.
We stay with a related issue, and Joy News' latest investigative piece, Militias in the Heart of the Nation, uncovered an alleged pro-NPP militia group, DI, using the Osu Castle as their operational point. Government has since disassociated itself from the alleged militia group, saying DI is not a vigilante group. Instead, it's a job-seeking outfit. But speaking to Love FM's Erastus Asaridonko, spokesperson for the Invisible Forces, Mohammed Haruna, named the I Group as a vigilante group of the NPP.
Do you still think that your group is still relevant? These groups, Delta Force, Invisible Forces, Azoka Boys, those things, do you think it's still relevant?
Yes.
Is it needed?
No, for now I think the presidents are stuck.
You heard the president speak?
Yes.
What do you think about what the president said? He said that we should disband all of you. There should be no group. So when there's an election, you will not go out with your friends to protect any ballot. You allow the police to do their job.
He was a president of Ghana. MPP, they have Delta Force, Invisible, and the I in the MPP. And NDC too, they have Azuka Boys, the Ox, and the Motor Riders, and the Bashaka. They are almost 6 or 8. So when the president said that they are going to ban vigilante, I've agreed on him. He said he's going to ban it. So you agree on the presidency that you're going to ban all vigilante. I'm agree on him.
You agree?
Yes.
You think that these groups are not relevant anymore?
Yes. When he was a president, of the Republic of Ghana. He said anything they should ban it. You agree on him. But NDC they can't.
Why they can't? Why can't they?
I told you they can't ban it.
Why? Why not?
Every year, I think they said the national chairman has gone on meeting, say something on the tape, they have been recorded every year.
Yeah.
So he has agreed on the president.
So can the NPP's own be banned?
Yes, he was a president.
No, he has spoken. But I'm asking you, as a member of some of this group, can it be disbanded?
Oh yes, he can't. You agree on him? He can't. He can't.
He can.
Yeah, he can ban it.
Is it possible on the ground? Is it possible?
Oh, it's possible.
So you stop meeting as a group?
Oh yeah. No, you are not meeting. If
I know you are meeting only when something happens.
Yes.
If something happens, are you still going to come together?
No. Oh, you are coming together, but it's not in the name of the Invisible or Delta Force. By when the president said that he abandoned it, you agree on the president. He was a president of the Republic of Ghana. He was a father of the MPP.
So you are listening to him?
Yes.
You are disbanding the group?
Yes.
So
Now, the I Group has since sued the multimedia group, seeking 10 million Ghana cedis in damages, amongst other things. It's live on Joy News today with me, Daniel Dazi. We move from this subject of militia and speak on health, because mental health experts are expressing worry over the increasing cases of substance abuse reported at health facilities. According to reports from the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, a total of 1,882 cases were recorded in 2018, which appears to be an increase over the 2017 figures. This was revealed at the inauguration of the Serenity Place, built for staff and patients at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital on Wednesday. Joshua Smith has more in the following report.
The director of Accra Psychiatric Hospital, Dr. Pinamana Pao, says the hospital in 2016 recorded 2,062 cases of substance abuse. The figure went down to 1,365 in 2017, but shot up again in 2018, recording 1,882 cases. This makes about 5% of OPD cases. 78% of these patients, she revealed, fall within persons between 20 to 49 years.
On the average, we see about 30,000 patients at the OPD level annually, with a bed complement of 458. We currently have about 372 patients on admission. As at the end of 2018, the hospital's average length of stay was 86 days. For the past 3 years, that is from 2016 to 2018, the hospital saw 5,849 substance use disorders. That is, we had 2,062, 1,365, and 1,882 for 2016, 2017, and 2018 respectively. This forms about 5% of the total cases seen at the OPD. And out of this, 78% falls within the 20 to 49-year age group. Substance use disorders are of grave concern to the hospital, the Mental Health Authority, and the Ministry of Health at large.
She added that inadequate resources and delay in release of funds by government are part of the challenges facing the hospital.
Dr. Chairperson, whilst we are happy for the creation of this facility, it is also important to let you know that the hospital has a lot of challenges. 3 major challenges: inadequate funds and delay in the release of these funds by the government. It has been very difficult to run a facility like this with unpredictable release of funds, where we have to feed, accommodate, clothe, and treat clients for at least 86 days before being discharged. Again, our maintenance cost for the 113-year-old hospital is very high and unbearable. And we have a low staff strength, particularly doctors, nurses, and key support service staff, such as security and the utility staff.
Chief Executive of the Mental Health Authority, Dr. Akwesi Osei, challenged Parliament to review the new narcotics control law to help curb the problem of substance abuse among users.
About 10 years ago, when we did some analysis, we had 8 to 10% of all patients on admission being drug-related, and about 30% of all patients on outpatient who are just coming and they are being seen and they go, 30% were patients with drug issues. And those days we were seeing about 400 patients a day on a very busy day like Tuesday and Thursday, 400 patients. And if you have 30% of them, that means 120 of the 400 were there because of drugs. So it's a big problem. Madam Chair, as I said, we are happy that this program is coming on, but a big lesson I want the public also to take, that just as we said, addiction is a problem and we want it to be recognized as a disease. We are encouraging Parliament. I know Narcotics Control Board has a bill in Parliament called Narcotics Control Law. It's a review of the currently existing law, which is not doing enough to help curb the problem of addiction. The law we have here now, as of now, if you have found trafficking drugs, the state will need to prove that this property you have, you made it from the drug before we can confiscate it.
A 24-bed Serenity facility built for staff and patients was also commissioned. Joshua Smith's report for Joy News.
Still live on Joy News today with me, Daniel Daze. Coming up in business, Bank of Ghana calls on investors to extend support to public health facilities as part of corporate social responsibility. Also in sports, all is set for the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League as former champions Barcelona draw Manchester United. Stay on for details.